Welcome in to Les George Oval, Reedy Park, Invercargill for the 2025 South Island First 15 Boys Final. An exciting matchup this afternoon. Welcome in. Big thanks to the Pits for providing the coverage today. Southland Boys High School First 15 taking on Christchurch Boys High School First 15. These two teams pretty familiar with each other. Just 2 years ago, these sides fought it out on this very field, in which was a 1-point game. Southland Boys High First 15 this afternoon, as you see it on your screen. Presley McHugh, Lucas Salisa, Corbin Kerr up front. Jack Mackay and Mason Coulthard, formidable locking duo. Elliot Wilson, Josh Keens and Josiah Smith in the loose. Cohen Rarity, 9 with Jimmy Taylor, who also captains the side at 10. Ezekiel Hemenciolo on the left wing. Charlie Byrne on the right. Finn Hurley and Caleb Harvey in the midfield. Jack Brock at fullback. That is your Southland Boys High First 15 starting side this afternoon. So we take a look at the visitors, Christchurch Boys High School, and what a season they've had. Up front, Sam Hewitt, Mac Chaplin, who's co-captain, Frauno Chaplin, Blake Robinson, co-captain, Liam Newfield. Rounding out the tight 5, Sam Dunnett, Jonty Leary and Sione Manu Talafuni are the loose forward trio. Hiro Fujigami and Casey Heath in the inside pairing. Hendricks Vessels on the left wing, Cam Jones on the right wing. Francis Afalua at second 5, William Brown at centre, and at fullback the dangerous Delahoya Tipakiki Kakoi. They are coached by Peter Chamberlain, Willie Hines. That's your Christchurch Boys High School starting lineup this afternoon. Great day here in Invercargill. Pretty contrasting weather for these two sides. Last weekend, Southland Boys High School, who played out here at Les George Oval against Kings High School in what turned out to be a thrilling game, 27-26. Last minute, Jimmy Taylor drop goal getting Southland Boys through to today's game. Christchurch Boys High School, by contrast, 52-0 over Cross College in what can only be described as a bit of a swamp for those who were there or tuned in. So two great teams going at it, and all in readiness, good crowd building around Les George Oval. Of course, Southland Teenage Finals on as well today. So a big day of games around the south. Christchurch Boys High School coming down with plenty of confidence. Big win, as I mentioned, 52 points to 0 over Cross College. Pretty uncommon or unheard of result in a final, particularly a Crusaders First 15 final, but very dominant performance from the Christchurch side. And they came down to Invercargill looking to make amends for the game from 2 years ago, where it was Southland Boys High School, and it was in fact Jimmy Taylor playing on the right wing that day as a Year 11 student who kicked the winning conversion. Southland Boys High School had an unbeaten season in the Southern Schools Rugby Championship, pushed hard by Kings High School on a couple of occasions, including the final, but managed to get the job done. Fairly dominant elsewhere. These two sides met back in April in a pre-season game in Christchurch. 45 points to 28. Christchurch Boys, the winners back in April, in what was a pretty free-flowing game. Of course, pre-season game, so a few combinations being tried at that point, but no doubt they'll have a good measure of each other as we take a look at Southland Boys High School going through their final routine and getting prepared. All in readiness. Les George Oval looking an absolute picture. Welcome in if you're joining us on this live stream. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of interested viewers coming in from Christchurch who couldn't make it down here today. Really good smattering of Christchurch Boys High School supporters in the crowd, which is great to see. Les George Oval, of course, a nice compact venue, about 10 minutes out of Invercargill towards Oriti Beach, for those who aren't familiar with the venue. One of about 6 or 7 fields at this venue in Invercargill. And of course, the winner today gets the big ticket to Palmerston North to represent the South Island at the national top 4. Southland Boys High School, no strangers to that. 2 years ago, claiming this game over Christchurch Boys, and then, as we all know, going on to beat Palmerston North Boys High School and then Westlake Boys High School to win the national title for the first time. Christchurch Boys High School last visit to the top 4 2018, so there'll be a lot of hunger within their camp today to get themselves back there, and they've got a fairly formidable side who possess plenty of attacking weapons, in particular the back three. Been impressive this season for them. I'm sure they'll enjoy these conditions today. Hard and fast, just a slight breeze as we see Christchurch Boys make their way onto the field here. Almost a perfect record for Christchurch Boys in the Miles Toyota Premiership this year. Just the one draw with Marlborough Boys. Last minute win over Nelson College in the semi-final. Got them through to the final of the Crusaders competition, where they were just far too dominant in the end for Cross College on their home turf in terrible conditions. So no doubt they will be enjoying this pitch. We see the crowd starting to build and a bit of volume starting to go around the ground as Southland Boys make their way onto the field, led by Captain Jimmy Taylor. Southland Boys possessing a good smattering of Year 13s and Year 12s in their side. Of course, captained by Taylor, who's in his third year in the first 15. Presley McHugh, 2024 New Zealand Barbarian under 18 at loose head prop. Also a third year player in the side. As we see Christchurch Boys prepare themselves for the haka. There will be no haka from Southland Boys today, but Christchurch Boys will go through their haka. And the challenge is laid down by Christchurch Boys High School. We're about to get underway here, all in readiness for the South Island Boys First 15 final in Invercargill. If you're just joining us, welcome in. Glorious day in Invercargill, sun shining. Just a slight breeze, but field in perfect order. Les George Oval looking a picture, as it always does. For those unfamiliar with the venue, 10 minutes out of Invercargill towards Already Beach, sand-based fields. And we see our match officials today. ARs, Sam Nicholson and Cassie Watt. And Caleb Nielsen from Otago in charge of this one. Christchurch Boys to play right to left on your screen. If anything, just playing into a slight breeze. Both sides dominant in their respective regional competitions. Comes down to this. Two great sides going at it. Winner claims the right to head to Palmerston North in 2 weeks' time. for the national top 4, and we're underway in a nice long restart from Christchurch Boys, taken by Taylor, and he's got oodles of time and finds a nice clearance up over halfway. Christchurch Boys not mucking around though, they get it in quickly. 2 passes straight to Cam Jones. Had a great season, Cam Jones on the wing, and Brock just shelled that one, taken back, so it's going to clear for touch. And yeah, touch judge suggests he has taken that back. First blood to Christchurch Boys in terms of the kicking game. I'm sure both sides there'll be some nerves across both camps. A lot of these young men, their first game at this level. South Island final. And we'll see early, I guess, Christchurch Boys' intentions from line out. Southland Boys probably with the bigger pack physically, but Christchurch Boys are going to maul first, and they get great shape, and off they go. Up over the 22. Sending an early message, still going, Christchurch Boys. Great shape on this maul. Southland Boys, 6s and 7s. Southland Boys looking to slow it down. Prezi McHugh gets in there, but Christchurch Boys still going, just 5 metres out. Ball looking to come back. Is it available though? Referee says use it, and there it is. They play away there to the big second 5, and he carries the ball up towards the 5 metre line. Christchurch Boys looking for first points of the afternoon. Just 90 seconds into the game. And they're going to go to their forwards. Nice and early, pick and go. Asking questions of the Southland Boys defensive line. Early in this one. Good pick and go there. Chaplin finds runners. Good carry, looking for quick recycle. Goes away there. They play short, but just a wee knock on the tackle, and Southland Boys will get a reprieve. Just forced it a wee bit there, Heath, to his centre pairing, Brown. And Southland Boys will look to exit out. Under some pressure, Jimmy Taylor has a wee look, and they'll get the relieving penalty. You've got to say a great start from Christchurch Boys High though. Applying some early pressure at mull time on Southland Boys, and an area that Kings did have some success as well last weekend in the Highlanders Southern Schools final. I'm sure coaches Dermody and McElrick will be looking to address that, as we just see on the replay here. Chaplin fed away to his teammate. He looked for a quick ball, and Heath found Brown on the short ball. Good defence there from Charlie Byrne. And looks like we got a wing knock on there from Southland Boys. So some good early pressure from Christchurch Boys, add set piece. And we'll have our first scrum of the afternoon. We just see on the replay there, almost uncontested there from Cairns, and he's just shelled it. So not the start they'll be looking for, Southland Boys. As we see these first set of front rowers packed down against each other. The dark arts of scrummaging. We'll get a good view of this one. I said earlier, Southland Boys probably the slightly bigger pack physically, but Christchurch Boys, really mobile, skillful unit from 1 to 22. Been a real feature of their play, and last week really physically dominated Cross College in the collisions. See playing on a pretty heavy field at Christchurch Boys High School, so they've set their statement early, and then with the backline to boot that they have, Southland Boys try and push it up early, and Brown, they play out the back to Heath. Heath goes on to the electric wee fullback. They go wide to Jones. Cam Jones on the outside, puts the ball on the foot. Cam Jones looking for the bounce. Did he find it? No, just taps it forward, but again, we just see the danger of that Christchurch Boys back 3. De La Hoya, Tipakiki, just the electric speed on the outside, and Cam Jones, right winger, got all the skills in the world. Cam Jones put it onto his foot, just didn't quite get the bounce. Rowan did well to get back for Southland Boys, and we're back underway off the 22 restart. And they go to the big number 8, Telefoni, and off he goes, up over halfway. Mend a good tackle by Coulthard. All Christchurch Boys so far here in the first 5 minutes. They play away there to Newfield. Buries his head and goes forward. Puchigami looking for runners. Finds Telefoni again. Big ball carry. Heath looking for players. Finds Leary there on the carry. Looking threatening Christchurch Boys. Southland Boys try to come through the breakdown. Another good carry there. Just getting over the advantage line. Southland Boys looking for the turnover though. Referee suggests play on, and Southland Boys have come up with a turnover. First real win for them this afternoon. Taylor goes away to Hammond. Hammond down the edge. Up over halfway. Wee bit isolated, but they managed to recycle. Just a wee bit isolated with the halfback. They're not there. Jack Mackay breaks through one. Southland Boys first opportunity of possession. They go away to Corbin Kidder, a tight head prop. Good pressure there from Christchurch Boys at the breakdown. Taylor has a wee look, finds runners. Hurley, strong and direct. Finn Hurley, Year 12 midfielder. One of 5 starting Year 12s in the back line for Southland Boys. Here goes Harvey on the outside. We hand the tackle there from Christchurch Boys, but play on from referee Nielsen. Rarity, patience, finds Taylor. Again to Mackay, and he just has a wee look, Jack Mackay. But we'll come back to the original knock on, and Southland Boys' first real opportunity. Probably see a wee bit of a contrast in styles between the two sides. Christchurch Boys, a couple of great ball carriers through the middle, and then guys on the edges. We see the replay. Taylor, Smickey had a wee look. As the crowd gets into it here at Les George. Jam-packed in the grandstand. Probably estimate near on 1,000 people in the ground here today as they watch this scrum, and pretty solid from Southland Boys. Good platform. Rarity finds Hurley. Hurley onto Harvey. Short to Brock, but it's just all a wee bit static and lethargic, and Christchurch Boys swoop through on that, but Hurley does well. Regathers, goes away to Byrne. Charlie Byrne, another Year 12 student. Rarity looking for numbers, plays the short side. Goes away to Hurley again. He's been busy early in this game. Go to Coulthard. Buries the head forward. Mason Coulthard. Rarity looking for McHugh. Loose head prop. 3rd year in the first 15. Barbarians under 18 player in 2024. Harvey away to Taylor looking for numbers. Nice footwork there from Brock. Christchurch Boys up to the challenge defensively though so far. Mackay goes again. Met in a great tackle by Christchurch Boys. Still recycle though. Rarity again looking for numbers. Playing flat on the advantage line. McHugh pokes his nose through. They play out the back. Bit messy though, and Brock has to go back, and he's scragged there by Telefuni, the number 8, and Christchurch Boys look to pile through, but Southland Boys regather, and we'll come back for the penalty. And looks like player taken out off the ball. So, good wee passage there from Southland Boys. Let's look at that first phase strike, and just got a wee bit muddled there, Harvey and Brock, with his timing. And Southland Boys will get first opportunity at points with Captain Jimmy Taylor going for the sticks. Obviously, Jimmy Taylor, one of 3 Taylor boys. His older brothers, no strangers to the footy scene. Older brother Jack, hooker for the Highlanders in the Southland Stags. And oldest brother Harry, who's an open side flanker playing for Otago in the NPC. Both of those boys came through the Southland Boys High School first 15. And we see Jimmy line this one up. No wind to speak of. Chips are through, and we're underway on the scoreboard here at Les George Oval. 3 points to 0. Southland Boys leading Christchurch Boys. It was all Christchurch Boys in the first 4 or 5 minutes. Southland Boys, first real opportunity to get down there, and they come away with some points. Sure, in these finals, every opportunity to score will be crucial, and Heath looks to get us back underway, and he goes nice and long again. Happy to kick it straight down the throat of Taylor, and he's got all the time in the world. Brings it forward and brings it back. Again, Christchurch Boys, you'd expect, will go for the quick throw. And they do just that. And then we go repeat away to Cam Jones again, the elusive Cam Jones. Has a wee look across the face, goes himself, Cam Jones. Gets through 1, gets through 2, looks for the offload. Good carry from the right winger. Christchurch Boys looking to play off that. Newfield, men in a good tackle by his opposite, Coulthard. Christchurch Boys recycle well though. Dunnett, Sam Dunnett buries his head forward. Plays away to Heath. Has a wee dummy, has a wee show go. Taken in a good tackle by McHugh. Both teams happy to build the phases. Not looking to kick between those 10 metre lines really at all. Just trying to build pressure, and Another good carry there, this time from the co-captain Robinson. Powers forward towards the 10-metre line. Heath has a wee duck and a weave again. The wee first 5. Just powering forward, Christchurch boys. Taking their time here. Just a bit slower there. Heath plays away again to Telefuni. And he gets the offload away. And there goes Brown. Brown moves it on. The open side flanker, but he's taken in a good tackle by him and Ciolo. Southland Boys trying to pile through. Put a bit of pressure on. It's still in control, Christchurch boys. Obviously their ability to hold the ball, a real asset of their game. So we see Salisa coming in for the big shot there. They release out the back. He's electric on his feet, the fullback. De La Hoya, Tipakiki. And we go away again. Cam Jones coming off his wing, looking for work. Could take it in a good tackle though by Hurley. Southland Boys looking for the turnover. Referee says let it go. Still playing around that halfway, Christchurch Boys. Just patient with the ball. Not really going anywhere, but happy to hold the ball. That nice wee ball out the back though from Brown. Finds Jones. Now they get a bit of a bend down the edge. Off goes left winger Whistles. Whistles, Chaps, chases, and he's going to score. And that's a fantastic individual try to the Christchurch Boys left winger, and they get the first try of the afternoon. And it was a long build-up. Didn't go a long way up the field, but they just patient, held on to the ball. And we see here, just playing back down that short side. Lovely hands from the hooker, Chaplin. Lovely squaring up from Jones, and Whistles did the rest. Taylor to beat. And he's just perfect timing on the chip kick. And the re-gave it a boot, and that's a fantastic piece of play from Christchurch Boys High School to open their account. And fair to say that silences the crowd here. Although they'll come alive to try and put off the conversion as Whistles will try and convert his own try. Like I said, no real wind to speak of here at Les George Oval. Beautiful day in Invercargill. He comes in, great strike, but just rolls it across the face. 5 points to 3 here at Les George Oval. Both sides taking the opportunities on offer. Christchurch Boys just showing how dangerous they are when they get the opportunity to move the ball to the edge. Sure, something Southland Boys have talked about all week, especially after Kings caused them a few issues on the edges last week in the Southern Schools Championship Finals. We see a kick charge down. Some great kick pressure there from Southland Boys right winger Charlie Byrne, and Christchurch Boys will get a line out just outside their 22. You see on the replay there was actually the try scorer at Whistles. As we see Chaplin, and he goes to the back, finds nice ball off the top for Heath. Heath fires away to his open side flanker, Jonty Leary, who's been busy already in this first 13 minutes. They go back in the pocket. They're going to use Whistles a lot to kick. Coming off his left winger. That's a great kick from the left winger. Byrne has to go back for it just outside his 22. Here's a wee look. Weighs his option up. Brock manages to shake out of the first, but taking in a good tackle. Southland Boys back behind their own 10-metre line. It goes to Salisa, Lucas Salisa. Then we go back to Taylor, and Taylor's going to play a bit of field position here and goes straight down the 15. And Christchurch Boys, I'm sure, will be happy to attack from far out. It's a nice kick from Heath, and Brock has a wee juggle, but does well. Brings the ball back forward on the grandstand side. Has a wee look. Feeds it back on the inside to Harvey. Harvey powers through the first, up towards the 10-metre line. Christchurch Boys looking for the turnover. Don't find it. Rarity again to McHugh. Presley McHugh up over the 10-metre line. Just waiting for the ball there a bit, Rarity. Now goes Coulthard. Powers his way forward. The lock forward. Building nicely. Rarity has a wee snipe, the wee halfback. Up towards the 22. Held up though. Christchurch Boys have stacked them up. They're going to get the turnover here. Referee's called maul. Ball needs to come out. And you see a penalty there. Tackle off the ball. And he had a wee snipe, the wee halfback. Look on the replay. Just looks like Salisa pulled by the collar, or pulled the Christchurch Boys player by the collar, and they'll get a relieving penalty. Fast-paced game so far. Both sides plenty of enterprise with the ball in hand. And probably fair to say, Christchurch Boys, if anything, playing into the slightest of breezes. Nothing really to speak of though, as we see Christchurch Boys had some good success going to the back earlier. Chaplin will no doubt look for his target. It's a bit messy though, and Southland Boys might have turned this over, but Christchurch Boys have done well to regain position here. They're going to exit out. Jones finds his locking partner. Jones in again at halfback, and they're going to play out the back here, Christchurch Boys, but Southland Boys getting good line speed off the line, getting into that space. Christchurch Boys just weighing up their options, and they go back again to open side flanker Leary. And another carry, and they're still happy to just play from their own 22, and Southland Boys meet the challenge there though. Christchurch Boys do well, but they're offside, Southland Boys. Just a bit over eager on the offside line. And Christchurch Boys will get a good relieving penalty. Interesting to see a number of different kickers being used for Christchurch Boys in different settings, and they go to the left footer. It's like Brown who kicked that one, the centre, and he finds a good touch up over halfway. Really good crowd built up here at Les George Oval this afternoon. Welcome in if you're joining us for the South Island First 15 final. Southland Boys High School taking on Christchurch Boys High School. And it was Henrik's Wessels who scored our first try of the afternoon. Great piece of individual magic. Chip and chase, and Telefoni goes forward, finds a lovely offload. Christchurch Boys. Leary powers the legs and gets forward. Christchurch Boys on the front foot again. They play out the back. Southland Boys coming hard, but Heath does well. Holds his feet and ducks back in. Again, just a real feature of the patience of Christchurch Boys. Happy to hold the ball and not so much go anywhere, but hold ball and wait for the right opportunity. And that's a good carry forward from the co-captain, Robinson. Just a wee bit messy there at the back, though, and looks like we might have an advantage. And Brown straightens the line nicely. William Brown still going, Brown. Up over the 10-metre line. Keens looking for the turnover. Can't find it, though. Plays away to Newfield. Newfield powers the legs and goes forward. Still going the lock forward. 30 metres out. Christchurch Boys. Another wave of attack. They go away to the loose head prop, Hewitt. He plows forward. Southland Boys again looking for the turnover, but no reward. Fires it away. Heath finds his hooker on the inside. Chaplin up towards the 22. Christchurch Boys building nicely. Goes the second 5. Up for Lawful. And just get penalised there. Building nicely, Christchurch Boys, and Southland Boys will get a relieving penalty. We just see Christchurch Boys there. Telefoni. Referee judging that he has gone straight off his feet. Probably, you could argue, a wee bit tough with the defensive player being down there, but nonetheless, Taylor finds a good touch, and Southland Boys will get an opportunity to get back on attack. 18 minutes gone here at Les George Oval. Absolute picture of a day as we see Salisa, and just tipped over the top from Coulthard, but they play on, and Hurley powers his way forward. Finn Hurley up over halfway. They look to switch back down the blind. Rowarty looks for McHugh, plows his head forward. Christchurch Boys looking for the turnover. Didn't get it though. Taylor, they play out the back. Taylor finds a short ball to Hurley. Christchurch Boys up to it defensively though. Really connected defensively. Harvey goes on the outside. Caleb Harvey, another good tackle on him by his opposite, Brown. Southland Boys building nicely though. Both sides really happy to play. A lot of rugby between the 10-metre lines. Coulthard, he puts his head forward. Christchurch Boys piling through in the breakdown, putting some good pressure on Rowarty. It's a bit messy and they play out the back, looking a bit lost here. Taylor fires it away to Hurley. Hurley has a wee go. Again, not really going anywhere. Christchurch Boys solid defensively. They go away to Kidder. What a one pass carry, and again another great tackle there from the Blue and Blacks. Taylor goes into the line himself. Jimmy Taylor fires away offload to Harvey. Gets some momentum up over the 10-metre line. That's better from Southland Boys. Rowarty looked on the blind, decided not to. Went back to Salisa. Plays out the back to Taylor. Elliot Wilson goes for the carry. Wee bit isolated though. Christchurch Boys appealing for the turnover. Don't get it. Coulthard goes forward again. Another carry. Numbers on the short side here. Fires the pass across to Byrne. Puts it on his foot. Charlie Byrne. But it's just out on the full. And probably promising passage of play there from Southland Boys comes to an end with a kick out on the full. But some really good defence from Christchurch Boys High. Up to the challenge defensively. We just see there Southland Boys are just running out of a couple of ideas, but they had opportunity there, and the winger Whistles actually did really well to push off on the pass, and they go to the front. Christchurch Boys play away again. Heath Talafoni, he's been prominent already in the first 20 minutes with his ball carrying. They pass back in the pocket, and this time it's going to be Whistles again, and he finds a nice bit of grass, splits the backfield, and that's a great kick from the left winger. Byrne has to go all the way back to his own 5 metre line. He chooses space up. Charlie Byrne takes off on a run. Charlie Byrne beats one up towards the 10 metre line. Christchurch Boys looking for the turnover, and they find it. Just got himself a wee bit isolated, Charlie Byrne, and no hesitation from Whistles to point to the post, and Christchurch Boys will look to extend their lead. You see Byrne there did well to get it back from his own 5, but Southland Boys clean is just slow to react, and Christchurch Boys straight over the ball and straight into the penalty. And we'll get a good look at this kick. About 35 out. Like I said, no real wind to speak of here, just a slight breeze for Whistles. Struck the first one pretty well, just pushed it across the face. Pretty accurate kicker, one of several good kickers off the foot for Christchurch Boys. They've already used an array of guys and general players. He comes in, another good strike, and he's put the commentator's curse on him, and he pushed it away to the right. It was a good strike off the foot, but he's just taking a bit of time to think about that, and Jimmy Taylor will get us back underway from 22-metre dropout. 22 minutes gone here at Aredi Park. 5 points to 3. Taylor decides to go long, gets it nice and long, up towards the 10-metre line. Whistles. Kiki finds his man, Talafoni. Prominent ball carrying, off he goes, the big number 8, straight through 2. Goes up the backfield, gives it off to the fullback, here he goes! And he's too fast, too quick, and that is an outstanding try from Christchurch Boys High School. We spoke about the danger of De La Hoya Tipakiki Kakoi, and he's delivered. Sione Manu Talafoni busted 3 tacklers off the 22 restart as we just have a look on the replay. Beat 1, beat 2, ran past 3, and then did really well to buy his time. And Tipakiki Kakoi, he did the rest. Too fast. And he's quick to give Jack Mackay a pretty good picture of what he thinks there as well. So Christchurch Boys High really dominant pretty early. 10 points to 3. Looking dangerous in the unstructured counter-attacking situations. Southland Boys will have to be really mindful of their kicking as he comes in, and Whistles no problem with this one. And Christchurch Boys take a 12 points to 3 lead here in the South Island first 15 final. Well, they've been dominant all year in the Miles Toyota Premiership. Just the one draw, no losses, and are showing their pedigree so far this afternoon. And that's a good clearance from Heath. Just the importance of being able to exit well after you've scored points, and that's well done there from the 5'8". Putting the ball well over the sideline and asking Southland Boys to have to reset from around halfway. 5-man line out here for Southland Boys. They're going to look to go to the middle, and they go to Cairns, and it's not a great throw, and the timing's off, but play on, uncontested. And Hurley, he's been one of Southland Boys' best so far at the second 5, but he's a bit isolated. Christchurch Boys looking for the turnover there. Probably unlucky was Frano Chaplin, the tight head prop, but just we see on the replay, he's released well. He's probably done pretty well there, Chaplin, so not sure exactly what the referee's seen, but Southland Boys get the reprieve. Of course, Caleb Nielsen in charge of this one. Otago referee taking control. The Southland Boys needing a strike back. And they go to Salisa, and that's a better line out. They go off the front. Rarity plays away to Hurley again. Taking a mountain of carries so far, the second 5. They look to switch back with Taylor. Here's a wee jink and a drive. Jimmy Taylor bunts out of 1. Puts his way through 2, the first 5. Trying to create something for his team. Rarity looking for runners. Finds Elliot Wilson, the 6. Goes forward. First opportunity for a try this afternoon for Southland Boys. Building here, 10 metres out. They go to Cairns. They just hammer down the front door. Christchurch Boys looking for the turnover. Playing the ball on the ground was Telefoni. And he's suggesting to the referee, Nelson, that he was fine there. As we see a quick tap and go from Southland Boys, and they're going to score. And it's that man, Jack Mackay, year 12 lock. He's had a hell of a season. And he can add that one to the list with a great try. Southland Boys didn't muck around, and it was Captain Taylor, saw the opportunity, fired it away to his teammate Mackay, and he powered through and put the ball down, and that's a much needed strike back for Southland Boys in this final. Christchurch Boys dominant through the first 25 minutes. Southland Boys, as they've done so many times this season and in the past, managing just to hang in the game when it feels like it's getting away on them. Captain Taylor happy to roll the dice and quick tap there, and it's paid dividends for them as he looks to convert the try, which he does. 12 points to 10. Just a 2-point game here as we edge about 8 minutes towards half time. If you've just joined us on the live stream, welcome in to Les George Oval, just 10 minutes out of Invercargill. Perfect day, fantastic ground, and a fantastic crowd packed in here. Great to see some supporters from Christchurch Boys in attendance as well. As another long restart taken by Elliot Wilson, powers his way forward. Talked about before the importance of the exit. Rarity looking for Taylor. They're going to play the exit through the hand here. Salisa carries forward, taking in a good tackle though by Telefoni and his midfield partner, but just didn't roll out. And another penalty, and just something Christchurch Boys, it's 3 on the bounce, just allowing Southland Boys to get some momentum back into the game. We see there tackler just not rolling, and Taylor will find a nice touch right up to the 10-metre line. Ebbs and flows of the game. Momentum so crucial through the middle of the field, and the ability to exit. So we see Southland Boys here looking at a short line out, and Christchurch Boys a bit disorganised, and we see Southland Boys asking for a numbers free kick, but they don't get it from referee Nielsen, but they keep on to the ball. They go Rarity, away to Taylor. A wee bit isolated though, Hurley, and he just plucks it down the middle. Finds a wee bit of grass, and Christchurch Boys, Heath, will take it back and finds a nice flat touch finder. Not out though, taken by Jimmy Taylor. Has a wee look, weighs up his option, puts on the short kick. Half-back forward, Christchurch Boys does well though. And Southland Boys will concede possession. So just a wee bit. No momentum there for Southland Boys, and Taylor trying to find it. Just ball beat him out there on that occasion. So we see Christchurch Boys go back to their 5-man line out, which they've run often today, and they go to the front. They go to the carry captain, Robinson. Plays away to Heath. Heath onto Leary. Leary on a great carry. Off he goes to 7. Up over halfway. Looking for support. Taken in a good tackle by Hammond. Christchurch Boys straight on the front foot. Fumagachi plays away to his loose forward partner in Dunnett. Sam Dunnett. Christchurch Boys looking for their 3rd. Opportunity around the breakdown. And off they go. Building nicely. Leary. He's been a real standout so far. Building nicely again. Just wave after wave. Looks like Southland Boys play on the way there, but play on. Heath does well. Offloads it out the back to Sam Hewitt. He takes the ball forward. Go away to Newfield. Ploughs his head and inches forward as well. Back into their shape through the middle of the field. And that's a strong carry there from Frano Chaplin. Up towards the 22-metre line. Heath looking for runners. Plays out the back. The electric feet of Tapakiki. And he's taken in a good tackle this time though. Southland Boys trying to pole through and apply some pressure. Robinson. He carts it forward. Ball retention, excellent from Christchurch Boys. Big contact there from Coulthard coming in on the tackle. They go to Telefoni. He's looking for the carry. Just relentless here from the visitors. There they go. Newfield again. Everyone putting their hand up for a carry. Telefoni, he goes forward. This time, Southland Boys being asked plenty of questions by this Christchurch Boys high school attack. There goes Dunnett. See Coulthard just a bit slow to get up. Southland Boys, better defence on that occasion. 3 in the tackle. Just happy the patience for Christchurch Boys just to wait for the right opportunity. Southland Boys not going to go for the turnover. They play out the back to Heath. Has a wee show, has a wee go, as he has done a few times today. Just getting a wee bit messy, but they go away to Jones. Here's a wee look. Good on his feet. Cam Jones beats 2, beats 3, cuts back on the inside, still going. Rarity looking for the turnover. Has he found it, the wee halfback? And he has. Cohen Rarity comes up with a much needed turnover. And it was a good recovery set there from Southland Boys because Jonty Leary had cut them wide open from the line out. As we see there, Jones, so good on his feet. Just got a wee bit isolated though. Christchurch Boys just a wee bit slow and high to react in the clean. And Southland Boys will get an all-important touch finder. Well, 12 points to 10. And you've got to say, Southland Boys have been under the pump for the majority of it. Christchurch Boys probably would like a bit more of a buffer for the reward of how they've played. But Southland Boys, as they do so often, just managing to hang in the game. They managed to hold this one, and looks like they're going to play a scrum, unplayable by the looks of things from referee Nielsen. Just 2.5 minutes to half time. So we just have a look on the replay there. It looks like the ball carrier just got stuck in the way. Haven't had too many scrums this afternoon, but fairly even the scrums we have had. No side getting significant dominance. Southland Boys, what have they got up their sleeve? Put themselves in front before half time. Christchurch Boys, weight of possession, fair amount of territory, 2 outstanding tries, had ample opportunities, but Southland Boys just managing to hang in there. So we might see a substitution here, potentially, from Southland Boys, and it is a substitution. Josiah Smith looks like he's come to the sideline. Not sure if that's a substitution or a blood bin. Did see some blood on a Southland Boys high player in that last passage of play. Whether that's Smith or not, we'll find out. Cooper Mitchell onto the field in jersey number 19. It looks like Josh Keen's open side flanker will drop back to number 8. And Christchurch Boys applying some pressure at scrum time, but quick feed. They play away to Taylor. Goes to Hurley. Hurley up the back to Hammond. Has a wee go around his man. Still gets past 1. Hammond still going past 2. Zeke Hammond-Ciolo up over the 10-metre line. Christchurch Boys looking for the turnover. Southland Boys recycle nicely. Hurley ploughs his head forward and goes straight up the guts. Finn Hurley looking to apply pressure through the ruck. Christchurch Boys, and they have, and they've done well. Counter-rucked on that edge, and they've got the turnover. And that's a huge play right on the stroke of half-time. They play away. Good carry there from Robinson, the co-captain. Christchurch Boys looking for opportunity here. They got some numbers to the right, but Heath's going to kick nice and long. Brock looking into that sun. Takes the ball forward, up towards halfway. Weighs up his options. Has a wee skip and a dance. Jack Brock taking in a reasonably high tackle, but play on. Probably just only brushed him across the neck, in all fairness. And Taylor goes on a wee run. Jimmy Taylor, still going Taylor, up towards the 22. Needs some support. finds it. Rarity looking for Byers. Plays out the back to Hurley. Harvey on the edge. Finds Mitchell. He carries up towards the 5 metre channel. Southland Boys. Last opportunity before half time. It'd be an unlikely lead if they do get it. Coulthard ploughs away. Mason Coulthard puts the head forward and goes forward. They go forward again to Hurley. High number of carries for the second 5 this afternoon. Kira puts his head forward. Rarity, they sweep back right. Taylor has a wee show, has a wee go. Taken in a great tackle though by Robinson for Christchurch Boys. Coulthard goes forward again. Christchurch Boys looking for the turnover. Can't find it. Rarity steps out. Plays McHugh. Still going McHugh. Both teams out on their feet. Last stretch before half time. Southland Boys up towards the 5 metre line. They play short side. They go for the line. Just short. Southland Boys ploughing forward. Salisa, is he held up? Looks held up. And is held up. And what a play from Christchurch Boys right on the stroke of half time. And we're going to come back to the penalty. As we just see on the replay there, Brock. How do we go, Jack Brock? Did well. And from there, relentless passage of play. And, well, we called it Jimmy Taylor, key man for Southland Boys, trying to get his team going. And he's done just that, as we see. Salisa also close, but great defence from Christchurch Boys. Southland Boys are going to have a penalty right on half time here. And what you would have to say would be a pretty unlikely lead. He's obviously going to take all the time he needs for this one. Just 7 metres out. I'm sure he's done a few of these in his sleep. Out in front on the farm at Waimumu. He comes in, chips it through the post. And there you go, half time. And Southland Boys, after withstanding a lot of pressure from Christchurch Boys High School, go to the break. 13 points to 12 in the South Island First 15 Boys Final. Been a thrilling contest so far. Both sides using the ball well. Christchurch Boys, we're looking the more threatening of the two with ball in hand, but Southland Boys managing to hang in there. Christchurch Boys probably a couple of missed opportunities. I'm sure they'll be fairly confident going at half time around what they can do with the ball. As we see here, just Heath playing away to Brown. Both sides getting into each other at the right time, and both teams probably set piece. Christchurch Boys line out functioning probably a wee bit better. Christchurch Boys liking that pass out the back, and the danger of Jones and his fullback Dalahoya Tipakiki. Electric feet, the fullback. Both sides really contesting the breakdown and hunting for opportunity. And as we expected, it was going to be tight. It was 1 point between these two sides 2 years ago on this very ground. And at half time, it's just 1 point separating them again. You'd have to say for Christchurch Boys, Jonty Leary, number 7, been outstanding on the carry. Really busy, the open side flanker. Sione Manu Telefoni at number 8, been strong with ball in hand as well. Heath's directed them around really well at first 5. And the back 3 have been a constant threat for Christchurch Boys. For Southland Boys, you've got to say, the lock pairing of Coulthard and Mackay, they've been strong, both sides of the ball. Taylor, a couple of bits of magic. Finn Hurley, some really tough carries in that first half. just see the remainder of the highlights from the first half, and she's been tough. She's been a bit of back chat both ways, as you'd expect in these sorts of games. And just a bit messy at set piece time, both teams disrupting each other. Some good defence at times from Southland Boys. Christchurch Boys looking at their best in that unstructured type of game, when their outside backs get those opportunities to beat guys one-on-one. And it's anyone's game here at Les George Oval. Just 1 point in it. We're about to get back underway here for the second half, and it's Jimmy Taylor. Gets it really long, and too long for Jimmy Taylor. He's just overcooked that. Not the start Southland Boys High will be after, straight after half time. Christchurch Boys will get a golden opportunity from a scrum. And I'm sure both teams at half time talking about playing to their strengths, playing at the right end of the field. For Christchurch Boys, probably just a lot more of the same. Be patient, get the ball to the edges. Southland Boys really fronting up in the collisions, taking the points when they're on offer. Like I said before half time, Christchurch Boys had the fair better of that half, and Southland Boys managed to hang in there, but Christchurch Boys first attacking opportunity, they play out the back, and there he goes, that man. But he's taken in a good tackle by Southland Boys. Finn Hurley and Charlie Byrne come through and do well. Christchurch Boys recycle though. Been a real feature position, but they just get a wee bit tangled up there, Christchurch Boys, and good pressure from Southland Boys. The home crowd give us a good indication how they feel about that. Just see on the replay, Lucy Prop, Sam Huey just had a wee look. And that all that Southland Boys needed there to pile through. And Southland Boys will get scrum opportunity themselves just after half time. Just a wee breeze, just ever so lightly picked up here at Les George Oval. Welcome in if you're just joining us. Full coverage of the South Island First 15 final. Two great sides going at it. 2 years ago on this very ground, 1 point separated them. 29-28 it was. Southland Boys, Jimmy Taylor, who was playing on the right wing that day, kicked the winning conversion from the sideline. That was all that could separate those sides. Just 1 point separates them so far, halfway through this one. And they go to Brock, and Brock's going to put it up in the air, and Byrne's going to have a wee go after it. Charlie Byrne, and Christchurch Boys fullback, he does really well to take that one. Does De La Hoya, Tipakiki. And Christchurch Boys are going to exit out here. Just looking to build themselves into a nice exit, and they go back to Brown on his left foot, and he just punches it. Looks like that wind just holding the ball up a wee bit. Southland Boys might have a wee slight wind at their back, and they rip it across the field. Harvey in a bit of space. Caleb Harvey doesn't fire the pass very well though, but Hamasiolo does well. Looks to power through Jones, but Jones up to the challenge. Takes him a good low tackle. Southland Boys first opportunity in the second half. Cairns met in a great tackle from Christchurch Boys there. The blindside flanker done it. Did really well to dominate that tackle. They play away though. Brock fires the long ball out to Byrne. Byrne on his feet. Charlie Byrne goes through Wessels. Still on his feet. Looking to get pushed over the sideline. Is he over the sideline? No. Southland Boys up over the 22. Rarity just a wee bit slow to clear. But Taylor jinks and drives. Goes himself. Jimmy Taylor does well to fight out of the initial contact. And Christchurch Boys have just come through and won that. Have they? Looks like they have. The Southland Boys are going to get the penalty though. Wee bit of confusion both sides. Looking like they were standing there waiting for the referee to make a call, and he has made a call. Looks like Christchurch Boys had initially won that ball, and Southland Boys managed to then get the penalty. So looks like referee Nelson's called hands in the ruck. Southland Boys will get a nice wee attacking line out here. Haven't seen them drive today, but you'd expect Coach Jason Dermody will be wanting to see a maul of some description on the agenda, and they go to the front, they go to Mackay, and they do drive, and they got good shape, but Christchurch do well to sack it, and Salisa comes out the front, plays up into the 5 metre channel. Kararity looking for his forwards, finds Kira, great tackle from Telefoni, but Kira does well to bounce out of it. 2 metres out, Southland Boys, Mackay again, he got one in the first half, looking for a second. They go to Harvey, Harvey steps up from centre, carries the ball midfield. They look to keep playing same way. Taylor directing in the background. Coulthard just 3 metres out. Patience here from Southland Boys. Christchurch Boys trying to hang on. They go for the line. They go a wee bit higher. They held up. They're held up. Probably just guilty of a wee bit of impatience there. Elliot Wilson. Christchurch Boys swarmed around that breakdown, and he's looks like Cam Jones, the right winger for Christchurch Boys, has got in there and done really well to hold that up. And looks like we might be coming back to a penalty potentially. Just trying to work out what referee Nelson is saying. Looks like it will be a penalty, and Jimmy Taylor doesn't look like he's going to go for the post, so Southland Boys are going to get a scrum, so not quite sure if that was from a penalty or we came back for no advantage, but nonetheless Southland Boys will get a scrum 5 metres out, midfield, so options are plenty to go either way. Looks like Taylor and Brock positioned nicely in the boot, Harvey on the right, Hurley on the left, so options to go either left or right, and no doubt the ball will be in the hands of Jimmy Taylor, and Rarity looks for his options, finds Taylor, and of course it's Jimmy Taylor, goes for the line, 2 metres out. Southland Boys looking to strike first in the second half. Mackay for the line, is he over? Yes he is! And the big lock's got 2 this afternoon. Buried his head and went forward. And Southland Boys extend their lead straight after half time. So we just see Rarity, good patience, good initial carry from Taylor. And Mackay did the rest, powered through and got it down. And that's a big strike for the home side. 6 minutes into the second half. And just Relentless pressure in this first 5 minutes. Southland Boys playing at the right end. Christchurch Boys up to the challenge initially defensively, but Mackay too strong in the end, and Taylor will look to make this a 2-score game. And he's missed it. He just pushed it away there. Taylor had a long look at it as he kicked it off the tee. So 6-point lead here at Les George Oval. Southland Boys High School 18-12 over Christchurch Boys High. And looks like Christchurch Boys High are going to go to the bench early. Looks like a couple of substitutions from them. And we'll try and get some clarity on who they are as they run out there. Looks like Nico Panapa is one of them, number 21. Obviously, not too unfamiliar with some of these boys on the opposite side. Nico Panapa from Queenstown originally and played a lot in the Touch Southland junior age groups alongside a number of these Southland Boys High School players. And off goes Christchurch Boys, taking in a great tackle by Charlie Byrne. So dangerous on the counter-attack, Christchurch Boys, but Southland Boys aware of that threat. Christchurch Boys looking to play though. Panapa with his first touch of the afternoon. Christchurch Boys looking to get some ascendancy back in their game. Up over towards the 10-metre line. Telefoni goes a wee bit sideways and Hammond pushes him over the sideline, probably gives him a wee push, which he maybe didn't need to do, but bit of feeling between both sides. Christchurch Boys, as we see on the replay, looking for those quick throws, wanting to keep the game up tempo, and Byrne did really well to pin Heath in behind his own 10-metre line there. We just see Telefoni just went a wee bit lateral, and Southland Boys, it's a bit messy, but Salisa comes away with it, and they'll have another opportunity of possession. Harvey gets himself into the middle of the field, pumps the legs forward the centre. Building nicely, Southland Boys. Now it's the next back, him and Ciolo. He comes in for a carry off his wing. Getting busy, the Southland Boys backs. Big carry there from Salisa. Panapa did well though on the tackle. Rarity looking for options. Here goes Panapa again. He's been busy in his first couple of minutes. Taylor has a wee jink and a drive. Jimmy Taylor up towards the 22. Here comes Southland Boys again. Coulthard, relentless in his carry today. Rarity playing the game at great tempo for the Southland Boys forwards. Building nicely again. Rarity has a wee look himself. Big tackle there. Christchurch Boys getting over the ball. Have they got the turnover? Almost did, but Mackay again powers forward. Jack Mackay, 10 metres out. Southland Boys looking to extend the lead to 2 scores. And Christchurch Boys getting over the ball, and that's a huge penalty. And a much needed one if you're a Christchurch Boys supporter. As we just see on the replay there, awesome work to get over the ball, and they get rewarded, and Brown will look to find the touch from midfield, and he does a good job to get it out. You see just the slightest of breezes, not too much really to speak of, but just enough maybe to hold some of those kicks up in the air a wee bit. Christchurch Boys will get a chance to exit from their line out. Another change for Christchurch Boys. Happy to go to the bench early. They go to another 5-man line out, and they're going to go straight up at the front. And it's Robinson, the co-captain, finds Heath, rips it across to that man Leary, taken in a better tackle this time by Cooper Mitchell and Jimmy Taylor. Happy to exit with the ball in hand. Christchurch Boys playing with good tempo, and they go to their forwards again. Just happy to work that short side, but they just a wee bit of indecision there, and they rip it across the face. They go for a wee look. Hurley almost intercepted that one, Finn Hurley, and it's knock on there from Southland Boys. Jimmy Taylor with a wee scrum advantage. Has a wee look. Has a wee jink and a drive. Taylor goes across the face. Cuts back through the middle. Taylor still on his feet. Jimmy Taylor still going. Up towards the 22. Southland Boys back in position. Salisa. He carries. And there he goes again. That man, Jack Mackay. Jack Mackay still going. Finds his front row mate in Kira. 15 metres out. They play left. McHugh has a wee show and a go. McHugh still going. Presley McHugh for the line. And he's held up. And the Southland Boys forwards starting to go to work and take control here in the second half. And It was big Presley McHugh. And again, I think it was Cam Jones, Christchurch Boys winger. Second time he's got in there and held the ball carry up over the line. So some awesome work there from the right winger. Saved another 5 points, but relentless first 10 minutes here from the home side. Christchurch Boys getting asked plenty of questions, and that's a great restart. Down to Hammond-Ciolo, and he runs it back, the year 13 student. Strong carries, a wee bit isolated though, but Christchurch Boys opt to not contest that breakdown. And Coulthard playing on one leg this afternoon. Bit of a quad tear, but fronted up, as you'd expect from the year 13 student. Southland Boys, another wave of attack. Cairns. Forwards really going to work. They play out the back this time though. Charlie Byrne, the bit of space. Off goes Byrne. Throws the offload to Hammond-Ciolo. Up towards the 5 metre line. Christchurch Boys, good cover defence though. They play right to Mackay. Mackay carries up towards the 5 metre line. Rarity looking for recycle. They play out the back to Taylor. Taylor goes himself. Taking in a good tackle there though. Still in position. Rarity. They play through the middle. And it's going to be Josh Cairns, is it? And it is. The open side flanker. And he's picked straight through the middle of the breakdown. And that is a huge strike for Southland Boys High School. As we see on the replay, it's over the ball. Of course, you're allowed 1 foot behind and 1 foot in front. And Cairns, he's seen the opportunity and he's gone straight through the middle. And that is a huge strike for the home side. And Taylor will have a chance to make this a 13-point lead. A long way to go still on this one, but how important will that score be? Of course, Southland Boys last week, though, did have a 2-score lead, and Kings High School ended up clawing it back and taking the lead with just 2 minutes to go. And if any team's got plenty of points in them, it is Christchurch Boys High School, particularly the threats in the outside backs being contained so far in the second half. And they look for the switch kickoff, and that's going to hold up nicely. And Cam Jones goes up for it, Cam Jones, but just play on. And Parnappa's going to go himself. Nico Parnappa still going. Parnappa still on his feet. Great catch attempt there from Cam Jones, getting Christchurch Boys straight back on the front foot. Looking to strike straight back here, the visitors. First real opportunity in the 22. And they're going to go to their forwards. And they plug away. Just 5 metres out, Christchurch Boys looking to strike straight back here. They go for the line, and it's a try. And just like that, the visitors peg it back. Great kickoff. Great aerial skills there from Cam Jones, and Nico Parnappa stayed on his feet for eternity. And the forwards did the rest. As we see here, just superior body height, got down and got the job done. And Whistles has a chance to make this once again a 6-point game. Well, talked about Christchurch Boys got plenty of points in them. No doubt about that. So we get a really good view of this kick and a bit of the crowd around the ground. Really compact atmosphere here at Les George Oval. Looks like one of the Christchurch Boys players might be having a couple of issues with his hand or his thumb. We'll just get eyes on who that is as Whistles comes in looking to add the extras, and he's missed that one. Pushed it to the right. Came in quite quickly, and that keeps it at a 2-score game. And just trying to see there, Christchurch Boys got that player down. It looks like the co-captain, might be the co-captain Robinson. He looks in a fair bit of pain. He's going to play on though, and Taylor plays on with a nice short kick-off, and Charlie Byrne says, what Cam Jones can do, I can do. And he goes up and takes the ball back. But Christchurch Boys have come through and won it. but in the process I've knocked it on, and Southland Boys will get a scrum feed just inside the 10-metre line of Christchurch Boys, and both sides throwing fire at fire here. Christchurch Boys, short kickoff, winger goes up. Southland Boys says, we can do that. Great aerial battle it's been at times today. Charlie Byrne, of course, Year 12 student out of Tianao, resides at the Southland Boys High Hostel. Has do a number of these boys during the week. Captain Jimmy Taylor, one of them, and not a very good hook there from Southland Boys, but they managed to recover. And Rarity goes for a wee snipe himself, the wee halfback, up towards the 22. Wee bit isolated there, and Christchurch Boys have come through and won that turnover just a couple of times today. Rarity had a wee snipe, but the support a bit slow to react. And Christchurch Boys are going to potentially get out of jail here. And this one, they pass back to Brown onto his trusty left foot, and he finds nice distance. Can't kick it out though. Outside his 22, and Taylor fires it back to Harvey. Bit of space on the open side here for Brock. Jack Brock has a wee go, shows and goes to Hammond. Hammond powers through Jones, still going Hammond, up towards the 22. Recycles. Southland Boys getting some real pay from going to the far edge on counter. Keens, he's been prominent again today. Had a massive Southern Schools final. Taylor, they play out the back and just got mixed up, and they're going to get penalised in the end. Holding on, Hurley. And Christchurch Boys might like to go quickly here, but they decide not to, and just got a bit tangled up. Kira and Hurley around their running lines, and Christchurch Boys will once again get the opportunity to exit, and Big Brown. And he hasn't done a lot there apart from get it out. So out it goes nonetheless. 16 and a half minutes to go in the South Island first 15 final, and what a game it's been. Two great sides going at it. Christchurch Boys, a lot of the play in the first half, showing their attacking threats, particularly in the outside backs, and Southland Boys, as they do though, hanging in there, and they've come out after half time with two of their own. Christchurch Boys striking straight back though, and that kick before could prove important, but here you go Christchurch Boys, and off they go. It's that man Cam Jones, chips, chases, ball stays in, does it? But looks like we've got a touch flag up. Might have stepped on the line back when he kicked that ball, and Southland Boys will get an attacking line out, but once again just see the threat of Christchurch Boys when they move that ball to the edge. And we have a look on the replay, and ooh, might need a super slow-mo there to see that one, but nonetheless, Cassie Watt has made the call. Southland Boys will get a throw into the line out, and they go to the four-man, and they go to Coulthard, but Robinson does really well, goes up. Obviously looked like he was into some pain before, Robinson, but big shot there. Looked like Mito Fa'alialia, who's on the field for Southland Boys High School, and some good offloading though from Christchurch Boys, and they just forced the pass and forced the error. Southland Boys, and Telefondi and Keens having a bit of a friendly fire. This game's really starting to open up. Both sides giving the ball a bit of air. Christchurch Boys, plenty of time for them. Some lovely offloading skills there though. Out the back they went. Good tackle from Mitchell, burning off his wing. Good tackle from him, and just forced a wee mistake. And Southland Boys will get another opportunity. Taylor stacked him behind the boot here. Got about a 20-metre blind, so sure Jimmy Taylor might want to use that. Christchurch Boys just with the one defender, and Rarity's going to go quickly. Would have been an opportunity to take three, but referee's going to pull him back. And Taylor's got a decision to make here. Looks like he's going to go for the corner, Jimmy Taylor, or are they? They're going to tap it. Going to back themselves with ball in hand, Southland Boys, and off they go. Lucas Elisa buries the head forward, goes forward, Lucas Elisa. Southland Boys back in position. Taylor fires it away to Hurley, tries to go over the top, but picked off by Christchurch Boys, and they do well. Just got in the lane there, and Hurley's thrown it straight to him. And Christchurch Boys are going to get position straight back. Southland Boys might have him off the ground here. Referee looks like he's called maul. Can the ball come back? And it hasn't come back, and Southland Boys will get another scrub. Just a game of wee moments here, and we just see Hurley just fired it. Looks like 22. Number of players on the field for both sides. Dougal Grant on the field for Christchurch Boys. So him and Parnap are both on in the back line. Looks like Mito Fa'alealea is also on. He's come on at tight head prop for Southland Boys High School. Another year 12 student. And they'll get another scrum virtually in the same spot as we just had a couple of minutes previously. Well, 13 minutes to go, and what a final it's been. Ball comes out loose for Taylor. Here's a wee juggle, goes away to Harvey, cuts back in. Harvey goes on a wee run. Southland Boys, weight of possession in the second half. Christchurch Boys not able to get their hands on the ball like they would, but they have now. And dangerous and counter-attacking opportunity. Spilt it cold, and they're straight back on the front foot. Jones plays away to Leary. Jonty Leary up over the 10-metre line. Christchurch Boys, real opportunity here to strike back. Parnapa had a wee juggle. Did he lose it? No, he didn't. Play on's the call. They play left. Away they go. It's a loose head prop. Through he goes. It's Hewitt up towards the 22. Real chance for Christchurch Boys here to make this a grandstand finish. Big defence there from Southland Boys. Christchurch Boys looking to get back into their shape. Like number 20 also on the field for Christchurch Boys, Sonny Bill McAndrew. And he plays away to his forwards. Happy to go back to that blind side, Christchurch Boys. Trying to catch Southland Boys out on overfolding. There he goes again. Electric feet, De La Hoya, Tipakiki. Just building nicely. Southland Boys got to be careful with their discipline here. And they've stepped through, and Christchurch Boys still got the ball though. Building nicely. Good patience about their game this afternoon. Telefoni, big tackle from Salisa, but Telefoni does well to get out of it. And Southland Boys are going to get the penalty here. And it looks like Elliot Wilson's getting the pats on the back. Big shot from Salisa, and Wilson all rights to the ball. First arriving player, and he's done well there, and Southland Boys are going to get a much needed penalty to relieve some pressure. Jimmy Taylor takes play. That breeze just slightly coming in the last couple of minutes. Just getting up a wee bit more is that wind. Looks like we've got a change here for Southland Boys High School as well. Looks like Cassius Henry has come on the field, number 21. And he looks like he is replacing Finn Hurley, who's had a huge shift the second 5. Number of carries. Jack Brock looked a wee bit ginger there on his leg, but he looks like he's all right. And what a finish it's going to be. Just over 10 minutes to go, and a loose line out from Southland Boys. It hasn't functioned that well for them today. And Christchurch Boys are going to get another shot at this. Telefoni, he's going to try and get his team back on the front foot. They look to play away. Newfield still going. Up over the 22. Christchurch Boys looking to strike. They play through the middle. Another good carry. Looking for options. Slow ball though. They go away to, not sure who number 19 is. He's carried well there. Off goes Fletcher Smart, also on the field. Really emptied the bench, the visiting side, trying to get a bit of impact. In the last 11, 10 minutes of this one. Building nicely, big moment coming up here. Ball comes out, but play on. Christchurch Boys still in control. They go again, Newfield, he powers forward. Inside the 5 now, Christchurch Boys. Looking to make this a 1-point game. They go for the line. They're about a metre out. They go again. Just short. Recycle. They go for the line. They got numbers to the left. They got to go left. They play left. They play to the edge. And it's going to be a try. And it's going to be Dougal Grant. And kick to come. We could be looking at a 1-point ball game. And we just see weight of numbers. Just started again. Southland Boys line out. Just didn't function, and Christchurch Boys fully capitalised. Telefoni got them on the front foot, and then the forwards did the rest from there. And looks like William Brown potentially taking over the kicking. Sorry, my mistake. Whistle's still on the tee. Big kick, this one. Would make it a 1-point game and would make it a penalty kick or a drop goal within reach. He comes in, strikes it, and he's pushed it. Of course, a draw. We might have to dig deep into the rule book. There will be no extra time. The title will be shared. Who goes to top 4? We may need some confirmation. But all to play for. Just under 8 minutes to go. Les George Oval. Another absolute classic. Southland Boys and Christchurch Boys. They've had some battles over the years. As we said 2 years ago, it was just a 1-point game here on this very ground. And today is no different. 25-22. Back and forth contest. Two great teams looking to book a place in Palmerston North. And that's a better line out from Southland Boys. They play away to Rarity. Wee bit static though. And Henry taking in a big shot by Telefoni. But he does well to recycle. They go away to Taylor. Goes to Brock. They move it straight to the edge. Harvey. Good on his feet, Harvey. Ducks back in. Wee bit isolated though. Christchurch Boys looking for the turnover. Just a wee bit isolated at the breakdown there. And Fa'alialia goes himself up over halfway. Just a wee bit unorganised here, Southland Boys, but they play to the edge. Charlie Byrne puts it on the foot. Chases through Rarity. Christchurch Boys have got to go back for this, but he does well. Kicks it straight down the throat though. Well, he's actually found a bit of grass. Brock's got it. Space on the left-hand side. Weighs up his options, Brock. Looks left, goes for the long ball. Finds Hammond-Ciolo in space. Zeke Hammond-Ciolo still going. Hammond-Ciolo for the corner. He's going to score. And that is a huge strike for Southland Boys High when they needed it most. We talked about the threat of Christchurch Boys in the backfield, and Southland Boys High says we can do as well. Hammond-Ciolo through 3, through 4, and could that be the dagger blow in this game? 30 points to 22, and a big kick coming up for Taylor. What a game we've seen here at Aridi Park. Another classic, and that is a huge moment from the big left winger. Great pass from Brock over the top. Straight on the chest to Ciolo. Through the Christchurch Boys tacklers and powered his way over the line. And Taylor's got a chance to make it a 10-point game. And it's come around, and it's over. And you wouldn't expect anything less from Jimmy Taylor. And 32 plays 22. 5 minutes to go. Les George Oval. Still plenty of time for Christchurch Boys. Good kickoff. Harvey does well though. Straight to ground. Christchurch Boys looking for the turnover. Have they got it? Demanding it. I've got it. Just Harvey straight on his front there. And Cam Jones, off he goes. Looking to get his side. A sniff. And create a grandstand finish. We talked about the importance of exiting. Southland Boys just haven't been able to exit after scoring, but Christchurch Boys, opportunity here for them. 15 metres out, they play left. Another strong carry. Really strong in their forward carries. Christchurch Boys, Southland Boys, up to the challenge though. Powering away. Just 4 minutes remaining here. Another carry. They're nice and patient. They go away. Looking for the turnover. Southland Boys, have they got it? Yes, they have. And it's that man, Elliot Wilson, blindside flanker. Got the opportunity and got straight on the ball. And how big a moment will that be Jimmy Taylor, I'm sure, will take his time on this one and put the ball out. Christchurch boys, they'll need a strike, and Taylor finds a lovely touch just over the 10-metre line. Well, just over 3 minutes to go here in front of a great crowd, great Southland day, two great sides, and just again, Southland boys messy, but Rarity scrambles through, and Christchurch boys, they're going to get the ball back. They're going to get another shot to make this a grandstand finish. 3 minutes remaining. They play out the back. Have a wee look there on the carry. Good tackle from Mitchell. They have a wee look. The wee halfback goes through. He's going to go all the way, is he? Yes, he is. And here we go. Hold the phone, because Christchurch boys are not done yet. 32 and about to be 29 with 2.5 minutes to play. And again, they've capitalised on a Southland boys botched line out. And it was the halfback, Hiro Fuchigami, and strong. He's been strong in his clearance all day, and that's outstanding play from the young halfback. Saw the opportunity, stayed on his feet, and went all the way. And what a finish we have. 32-29. Television clock suggests 2 minutes to go. Referee might have a different idea. Southland boys not in a rush to get back to halfway, although Taylor's been told to hurry up by referee Nielsen. And what a finish we have here at the Les George. Taylor goes nice and long. Only one thing Christchurch boys are going to do here, and they're going to run the ball. Southland boys going to have to be on their mettle defensively, and they're going to have to do better than that. Leary carries forward. Christchurch boys, one shot here. They go to the edge. Big shot coming in. Got Salisa down in back play. Players out on their feet. Slow ball though. Trying to knock the door down. Good carry there from Christchurch boys. Getting some momentum. Happy to take their time and be patient. That's another good carry. Salisa down in back play for Southland boys. Playing with 14 at the moment. Christchurch boys, one last shot into the last minute here at Aridi Park. Parnapa goes on a big run, still going Parnapa. Southland boys looking for the turnover. Have they got it? Play on, says referee. Jones, we've got a knock-on advantage. All happening here at Aridi Park. Christchurch boys still in possession, powering their way forward. We've got another Southland boys player down. Salisa again. They look to play front door. Shows, goes, takes the line on. Out on their feet, both teams. Sonny Bill McAndrew, what can he do for his side? Patient there, Christchurch boys, looking for the opportunity around the ruck. Obviously a penalty would tie the game up. Players relentless here from Christchurch boys. Here they come. One last shot, building nicely. Southland boys looking for the turnover, hanging on. Telefoni, there goes the big number 8, up towards the 10-metre line. Christchurch boys building nicely. They play through the front door. Another carry. Mac Chaplin, what a finish to this game. Look for runners again, he held on to it. He did well. The reserve forward, Fletcher Smart. They're still going, Christchurch boys. Relentless ball carrying. Fuchigami looking for runners, finds Telefoni. What a finish we've got here at Aridi Park. Christchurch boys back, stacked them behind, looking for the opportunity. A penalty would only draw it. A try would win it. Leary says, give the ball to me. Southland boys out on their feet. Real opportunity here. Christchurch boys up towards the 22. Still going. Newfield ploughs his head forward. Championship moments here at Aridi Park. Telefoni, he goes forward. 15 metres out. Christchurch boys What a finish. Coming back from 10 down. In control here. They've got the opportunity to win the game. Southland Boys looking for the penalty. Not going to get it. Still on for Christchurch Boys. Brown. Big shot from Taylor. They get the ball. The ball's been knocked on. Referee says full time. And what a win for Southland Boys High School. For the second time in 3 years, they're off to the top 4. For Christchurch Boys, absolute heartbreak. In another all-time South Island final. Southland Boys High, 32 points to 29. And you can see by the reaction of the crowd, what a game. Christchurch Boys, you got to feel for them. They threw everything at that last 5 minutes. And it was Jimmy Taylor in off his wing, jolted the ball out. And that was all she wrote. And Southland Boys High School will be heading to Palmerston North in 2 weeks' time for the national top 4.
Well, fantastic scenes here, of course, at Les George Oval for what was not supposed to be this way. It of course, is Christchurch Boys High School here. Fantastic game. They brought their A game, but unfortunately not quite getting it in the end. It could have gone either way with those last couple of minutes to go. And, of course, the Southland Boys High team, fantastic in their display. Off to Palmerston North next weekend. For the final, the Island Finals. Well, this was the Island Finals, the main final. So can't take it away from these guys. Fantastic. We were hoping to find somebody to do a presentation for us for the trophies and stuff, but Scotty, who's obviously had a fantastic win last night with the Stags, has decided to disappear. Actually, we might make our way over here. We'll go over to this way here. Young Wazza. Righto, so we'll come over here to the medal presentations for this epic final that happened. This is just... Yeah. So just grab that and just when you're ready. So we're just waiting now for our presenter there that's going to give out the medals and stuff for this epic final. I'm pretty sure that most people were fairly entertained with the way that that this game unfolded. It certainly was expected that Christchurch Boys High School would win it, but Southland Boys High dug deep, a bit like the Stags last night. Dug a bit deep and you can't take it away from these guys for a fantastic result for this. The Island Finals, the Southern Schoolboys Island Final. We're just waiting for the presentations to start. We will stick with the presentation. Just waiting for everything to get underway here at Les George Oval. Beautiful day in Southland, fantastic weather, held off, which was kind of cool.
For TVs. My name's David Hall. I'm the Rugby Community Manager for Rugby Southland down here. With me is Lester Rutledge, former All Black. First of all, I just want to say massive congratulations to both sides on what was an amazing game of footy today. It's very hard to have a winner out of a game like that when both teams left it all out there. And it's something you should be very proud of, both sides, for the way you played and the way you took it to it. For those boys in their last year at school, I know a lot of done a lot of hours in the first 15. Thank you very much for what you do for your schools, both Southland Boys and Christchurch Boys as well. Massive thank you to the management for both sides, coaches and managers. A lot of hours to get these teams to where they need to be around the country now, so thank you so much for all that. Huge thanks to our referees today for their efforts out there today. That was awesome, in a pressure environment, being able to control the game as well as you did, so thank you so much for that. Thank you to the crowd that turned up today. It was an awesome crowd, an amazing atmosphere for such a special game, and what a game it was. If I could get the two captains, please, to come forward and just say a couple words before we present the trophies and medals.
Obviously just a big thank you to our sponsors that have helped us out this season. Very grateful for you. The refs, Caleb, Cassie and Sam, thanks to riffing today. Let the game flow really well, and it was well riffed, I thought. Thank you, Christchurch Boys, for making the travel down. It's always a good game against you guys, playing you guys in pre-season and then getting to play you guys at the end of the season is pretty cool. It's good to see where we're at, and yeah, to our boys, being able to defend like that last week and do it again this week for a good 6 minutes on our 22, it goes to show who we are, and that we can stick in the grind, and it's really good from us. And thanks to all the supporters from Christchurch and from all around Southland. Thanks for coming, and yeah, it's all from me. Thank you.
Congratulations to Southland Boys. Kick of a battle, full 70 minutes, stuck in there, worked your absolute asses off. My boys, how good was that? A full 70, that was the test we wanted. Coming down here, the Southland Boys team, this is the team we know we have to beat if we want to be the best, and unfortunately today we just weren't quite. Thank you to the referee and all the referees officiated the game well. I'd just like to say a special thank you to our coaching staff. Unreal. It's been such a good season, we couldn't be more proud of you. Especially our boys. Far out, boys. Hold our heads up. To our supporters, thank you so much for coming down, feeling like it's our home game. We're in that blue and black. But just lastly, thanks to Southland and good luck up north. We know we'll be rooting for you, so good luck and get it done, eh? Cheers.
You want to do it right now? Yeah. We'll do the Trust Bank Cup right now. If we just get the Southland Boys lads to come forward, get your medals, and then we'll present the trophies to you. Well done, Prez. Well done, boys. Good stuff. Big hand.
You're right. You just get him, make sure.